Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media each and every day. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us as you do each and every day throughout your work week on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. You can also find us on the web on CivicCenterTV.com. Watch us in high definition, find us live and on demand, plus all of our other original programming and special programming also listed on CivicCenterTV.com. In addition, you can find us on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV each and every day. And take us with you on the road today on your busy Thursday throughout the Greater West Bloomfield community on 89.3 Lakes FM. Diane, the rain going to start coming in for the remainder of the week, and it's going to stay around all throughout the weekend.
That is true, Tyler. So starting today, we have rain is anticipated to start at 11 a.m. And it will continue throughout the day, and we will experience some light rainfall as we go into the evening. Today, our high temperatures are 56 and our low temperatures are 46. And as we go into Friday, more clouds are expected. The rain is going to continue until Friday. It will stop at around 5 p.m. tomorrow, and we will continue having cloudy skies throughout the early evening and then partly cloudy skies as we go into the late night with high temperatures of 56 and low temperatures of 43. Saturday, similar conditions to today's conditions. The rain again will start on Saturday. Very cloudy morning, and rain will start on 11 a.m. as well on Saturday with the high temperatures of 51 and lows of 38. We can see how the temperatures will drop down low on Saturday, Tyler, with more cloudy skies and more rain as we go into the weekend.
Yeah, a cloudy Saturday, a rainy Saturday, a cool Saturday. Hopefully you're all nice and bundled up inside for the big game on Saturday night, because it's going to get cold in the Greater West Bloomfield community just as it is in East Lansing. Plenty making news all across the Greater West Bloomfield community on this Thursday in our local area. Local residents started a petition to urge the West Bloomfield School District to reconsider their decision from last month on the future of the historic Roosevelt School building in Keego Harbor. We'll give you the details on that petition, where you can view it, plus a response from the school district on this and other efforts to urge them to reconsider their decision. In both West Bloomfield and Keego Harbor, police are warning residents that they're going to have extra patrols out on the streets as kids are getting dropped off and picked up from school to ensure greater bus safety. We'll give you details on that and their current ongoing effort, Operation Safe Stop, all throughout our local area. Another West Bloomfield School District administrator will be recognized today on our program as we continue to recognize, alongside the West Bloomfield School District, National Principals Month. We'll talk more about Jamie Glynns in just a little bit. In Orchard Lake, the Polish Institute has successfully petitioned Governor Whitmer to recognize October as Polish Heritage Month. We'll give you their statement on that and the effort and some details on the efforts they went through in order to get recognized during the month of October. West Bloomfield Parks wants to help you live a greener lifestyle, and part of that is helping you get rid of some of that junk mail that's continuing to come into your mailbox each and every week as part of their Green Dream for the month of October. We'll give you the details on that and some steps you can take to get rid of some of that junk mail from ever getting to your mailbox altogether. We talked about the big game this weekend between Michigan State and Michigan in East Lansing. The big game is going to be on the big screen at West Bloomfield Middle School for a very special event that helps to benefit 3 of our great local alums, all participating in that big event in East Lansing on Saturday. We'll give you details on that and talk about how you can still participate and get your tickets for the House Divided NIL Watch Party in West Bloomfield. It's Thursday night. That means Sylvan Lake Yoga is back on its way at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. We'll give you details on how you can participate and the when and where of that event. Plus, the Road Commission for Oakland County is getting ready for the winter season, how you can help out in our community with some part-time work and play a big role in keeping our community safe this winter. In addition, MDOT has released a more extensive video explaining their new HOV lanes coming to select areas of I-75. We'll play that for you so you get more details on where those HOV lanes are going to be, when they're going to be active, and how to properly navigate in and out of high occupancy vehicle lanes coming soon in our local area. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all day long on the Splash Live. Stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television is close to home. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. After last month's school board meeting in September, making a decision to go along with 8 points suggested to the West Bloomfield School District by the district's Strategic Visioning Committee, including to close and demolish Roosevelt Elementary School in Keego Harbor. Residents have from the beginning of that process started a effort to urge the school district to reconsider their decision on demolishing, in particular, the old Roosevelt Elementary School building that has been standing in the heart of the lakes for 103 years and counting. And residents have been attempting to save Roosevelt from the wrecking ball. That effort continues and has now gone as far as a change.org petition urging people in our local area to sign that petition to make a statement to the school district to reconsider their decision. Those residents made that very statement at the Sylvan Lake Community Center last night for their city council meeting as part of their public comment. Plenty of people showing up to discuss this new petition that they have started recently. Let's take a look at a few of those comments.
I'm here this evening to request support for the preservation of Roosevelt Elementary School in Keego Harbor. Although only 2 of the streets of Sylvan Lake are part of the West Bloomfield School District, many of your students attend West Bloomfield schools through schools of choice.
Roosevelt was built in 1920, in the same era as Whitfield. Beautiful schools, beautiful woodwork, all kinds of special furnishings. And we are sick that we let Whitfield be torn down. That could have been used for something special.
Roosevelt's motto is stronger together. We need our elected officials to stand with us and advocate for us. So tonight, I'm asking for your help. Help us protect this historical building. Sign our petition at change.org/Save Roosevelt and share it. Make a resolution urging the West Bloomfield leadership to rethink their decisions. Help us advocate for fiscal responsibility. Help us advocate for equitable learning environments and opportunities for our community and our littlest constituents. Thank you.
Those three residents, one from Orchard Lake Village, one, the second person, Helen Jane Peters, from the city of Sylvan Lake, and the third, a resident of Keego Harbor, Kirsten Sonneville Douglas, who is one of the people leading the charge for the school district to reconsider their decision in the city of Keego Harbor. You can, Calvin, we have a QR code, if you can put that up on our screen. So those that are viewing on Civic Center TV can view the petition. I'll continue to talk about that, and we'll get that QR code up so that you can take a look at the petition and read the contents of what they were discussing at last night's meeting in that public comment section. The petition reads in part, "We need citizens of Keego Harbor and our neighboring communities, as well as those who are passionate about the historic building preservation, to speak up in support of repurposing our beloved Roosevelt building," and closed quote. You can read the Save Roosevelt Elementary petition by scanning the QR code on your screen right now on civiccentertv.com, as well as on our Facebook and on our YouTube pages. In response to some outcry from the community regarding the Roosevelt decision, the West Bloomfield School District did provide a press release to us just a few weeks ago, including some details on the background of the process that they went through to make this decision, why particularly closing Roosevelt and that historic building is necessary. Calvin, if we do, I did put in our plans for today a picture with that statement itself. If we can put that on the screen, I will read a little bit of that so we can get some more information. Among what is said in that, and we can also post this a link to this document on our website. We will do that for today's episode later on. In terms of the background of the process, the school district said that the Strategic Visioning Committee was made up of members of the Board of Education, as well as educators with a combined experience of over 125 years, demonstrating their commitment to our district's educational excellence. Since April of 2023, this committee has collected and analyzed relevant data to prioritize what is best for the district. The culmination of the work was the recommendation that the board passed on September 18th. In terms of the decision to close Roosevelt, they said, quote, "The state of the building itself is a significant concern. We must be good stewards of our taxpayer dollars and allocate resources where they will have the most substantial and lasting impact on our students' education," end quote. In terms of the timing, they have been having discussions on the future of the school district as they said, studies happening formally in 2012, 2020, and earlier on in 2023. You can learn more information about the strategic plan and these decisions at wbsd.org in their About Us section under their Board of Education subsection with strategic plan under it. We will also post a copy of this statement from the school district, this press release, in our archived version of today's episode, which will be posted on civiccentertv.com later on today. Residents in Keego Harbor, among their public comment, even at last night's city council meeting, as they referenced the data that has been mentioned by the school district in their statement, saying that they have not had access to that data. That's part of their gripes with the school district on this decision, is they're saying they haven't seen the data that the school district is claiming has gone into this decision and played a factor in this decision, and seeing that data would help them better understand what went into this decision. Dr. Danya Bazzi sent us a statement last week as well in response to other resolutions made throughout our local area, including the Oakland County Board of Commissioners at their Legislative Affairs Committee, stating, quote, "We appreciate the commissioners' passion and commitment to our community. The district has done extensive research focusing on our facilities assessment, financial stability, and long-term planning. Our focus must remain on providing students the very best education. That has been a data-driven decision over a decade of study, and it is imperative that we move forward," end quote. Again, you can get more information on the Strategic Visioning Committee's recommendations and ultimately their plan that was enacted through a school district motion voted in favor 5-2 at September's school board meeting by visiting wbsd.org in their About Us section under Board of Education. And there will be a link to the Strategic Visioning decision. And then also, Calvin, if we can put that QR code back up on our screen for a few more moments, you can read the petition entitled Save Roosevelt. on change.org. That website also, change.org/save Roosevelt. So you can read the petition and get the information from those in the city of Keego Harbor and surrounding areas that are petitioning the school district to reconsider their decision in this matter. Across our local area, regardless of where and when in our school district, both the West Bloomfield Police Department and the Keego Harbor Police Department are urging residents to be more vigilant and be more careful, particularly around our school buses during an effort that's called Operation Safe Stop. On the West Bloomfield Police Department's Facebook page, they posted earlier this week, quote, Operation Safe Stop is currently underway with officers actively seeking out violations. Drivers who pass stopped school buses may be charged with civil infractions, carrying a fine up to $500. If you see that red sign, that means stop, end quote. So if a bus is stopping and that red sign, that stop sign comes out, whether you are on the side of the road behind the school bus or the oncoming side of the road in the other lane, regardless, you have to stop for those kids to get off the bus and cross the street. That is for the safety of our kids. It is, as it's said in this graphic you're seeing on your screen from the TSA on CivicCenterTV.com and on our social media. It is the law. You will get fined for that. And if any incident happens involving those children and your vehicle on the street as a result of you violating this law, that is an even more serious offense, and you could not only be at risk of losing your license, but other further prosecution. And so all the more reason, Diane, for people to be extra careful out on our roads. Make sure you're eliminating distractions, and also talk to your kids about being vigilant as they're going to and from the school bus and to and from the bus to their homes each and every day. Because look, people drive distracted, our kids walk distracted, and that can create, in some cases, a perfect storm for really bad stuff to happen.
That is very true, Tyler. We should teach our kids how to be extra vigilant as they cross the road or as they get off or on the bus, and where to stop as they go on, as they wait for their school bus. But it is also, we do have, as drivers, as adult drivers, we do have more responsibility. We should know that kids are unpredictable, and most of these bus strikings are children as they are children as they try to cross the road. This is when the strike happens. So we must be extra vigilant. We must keep an eye on the road, avoid any distractions. Apart from it being illegal, you should, as a driver, have the responsibility to avoid any distractions as you are driving in a school or a residential area. We have seen many accidents happen also in residential areas. We have to be very, very careful. It's very simple. When the bus headlights start to turn yellow, you should prepare yourself to stop. Make sure you're 20 feet away, and when that flash stop signs, when it flashes red and the stop sign comes out, you should stop. Make sure you have 20 feet away from you on the bus. If you are too close, it's wrong, and we see it happen a lot, Tyler. We've heard a lot of our police departments talk about it. We've heard a lot of different community members, bus drivers talk about how drivers sometimes cross the buses even though they have that stop sign out and very visible to the driver behind them. We have to be very careful. Again, kids are unpredictable. We might not see them trying to cross the road. Some of them are too young and too small, just like me. I'm a petite person, so you might not see this child trying to cross the street. So we have to be extra careful. We don't want to hurt anyone. It's honestly a tragedy for both the driver and for the family. So make sure we are extra careful. And there is a legal fine. As you mentioned, Tyler, it's $500. So
Right.
Make sure that you are very, very careful as you are, again, in a residential or a
You
school
gotta
area.
be really careful when those kids are crossing the street. When you see those lights come up on the school bus, that means you need to stop. You need to stop until that stop sign that is attached to those school buses decompresses and goes back on the side of the school bus. Really, the best way to go about it is until that school bus is moving, you shouldn't be moving, and definitely don't try to cross the school bus or pass it around the opposite lane or in another lane on the road. Just stop and wait 30 seconds, and those kids will be off their buses and have passed you on the street, and you can move on from there. Across the West Bloomfield School District, of course, we've been celebrating National Principals Month all throughout the month of October, recognizing our principals and our assistant principals in schools all across the school district. And we head now back to West Bloomfield High School to recognize our most recent recipient of recognition from the school district, Jamie Glynns, the assistant principal at West Bloomfield High School, one of the few assistant principals there, who has spent 19 years educating kids throughout the local area here in Oakland County, including 4.5 years with the West Bloomfield School District. Jamie began his career teaching in Southfield schools, where he has spent the vast majority of those 19 years in education. He was with Southfield for 14 years before making way to the West Bloomfield School District back in 2019, joining the administration at West Bloomfield High School. Previously, in his teaching career, he's coached 4 varsity sports, started a mentoring program back when he was in Southfield for 9th graders, and was also a substitute administrator for a while in Southfield. So had plenty of experience mentoring children and being an admin before coming over to the West Bloomfield School District, and now very similar capacities as to what he's had in his past career before he came to West Bloomfield over these past several years. Serving as an assistant principal at West Bloomfield High School, he's also an assistant coach with the girls varsity basketball team, a defending runner-up of the state of Michigan, and before that a state champion, and does a great job with that team as well, with Darren McAllister and the staff and the other staff for the high school basketball team, for the girls team, and always seen throughout the hallways at West Bloomfield High School, interacting with students and keeping things on the straight and narrow at West Bloomfield High School. So we appreciate Jamie for his 4.5 years and counting in the West Bloomfield School District, and his nearly 20 years teaching kids all throughout Oakland County. Diane, good to recognize another one of our educators in our local community.
That is true. Congratulations to them. And again, Tyler, I say it again and again, we are very grateful for all the hard work they're doing, for them being integrated with the students, with the staff, always communicating with them, trying to figure out what they need, what they can do better. So we thank them and congratulations to them. They truly, truly deserve it.
More information can be found on our principals being recognized all throughout the community by visiting the West Bloomfield School District's Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, we recognize National Principals Month. We also will recognize Polish Heritage Month, now all throughout the month of October, how one local nonprofit organization made that happen in the state of Michigan. Plus, some conservation tips from the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department in our local area, how you can prevent additional junk mail from hitting your mailbox and save some trees and other resources in the process. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on CivicCenterTV.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at CivicCenterTV.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Watch West Bloomfield Lakers football all season long on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Join Tyler Kieft and Matt Catoni each week for in-depth and exclusive coverage before, during, and after the big game. It's your local high school football team on the road and in your backyard on your home for West Bloomfield Laker football, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. And thank you for also following along with us all day, every day on Civic Center TV's Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV as well. October is Polish Heritage Month, and that is now officially the case in the state of Michigan, courtesy of efforts being made by the Polish Institute of Culture and Research in Orchard Lake Village. They have put forth an effort over the last several months to petition Governor Whitmer to officially declare October as being Polish Heritage Month, and earlier this week had announced that petition was successfully signed into law by the governor of the state of Michigan, making a proclamation that October will be Polish Heritage Month in the state of Michigan. I'll read through a few points of that declaration made by Governor Whitmer on behalf of the people of Michigan. Whereas October marks the month of the first Polish settlers arriving in Jamestown, Virginia, and whereas during the 20th century, millions of Poles immigrated to the United States, building churches, schools, and establishing community organizations, and whereas from metropolitan Detroit to Grand Rapids and from the Thumb all the way to Alpena, in Michigan is home to many vibrant communities with Polish roots, and Michigan is home to over 850,000 Polish Americans, making it the state with the third highest Polish population in the United States. And whereas Michiganders and visitors alike can experience Polish American culture throughout local restaurants, churches, cultural centers, polka festivals, and more throughout Michigan, I, Gretchen Whitmer, Governor of Michigan, do hereby proclaim October 2023 as Polish American Heritage Month in the state of Michigan. Congratulations to the group over at the Polish Institute of Culture and Research, a nonprofit out of Orchard Lake, involved in the Orchard Lake schools, private schools district there that has a very strong connection to the local Polish community. For many years was the host of the Polish Country Fair, or the St. Mary's Fair, over at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And in the statement on their Facebook page, they wrote, quote, "It is our great honor to cultivate and protect our robust culture in our great state. We thank the governor for her recognition as we continue celebrating with all Polish Americans in Michigan and across the United States. Happy Polish Heritage Month," and close quote. Diane, a great effort made by a local organization to recognize one of our many local cultures continuing to thrive in the greater West Bloomfield community.
Tyler, first of all, I must say it is absolutely, I love proclamations of and recognition of different cultural people of different cultural backgrounds in the United States. It's great to recognize everything they have done, the history of Polish people, how did they come here, and all the contributions they have done to not only Michigan, but to the U.S. We all know they were one of the first settlers, and it's very interesting to learn how they came and acknowledge everything that they have done and contributed again to what makes America America right now. So congratulations to this organization, and it's wonderful, also for us. It encourages us to learn and engage more with all this wonderful different cultures that we have in our area.
Yeah, you can find more information by searching for that organization on Facebook. You can find the page. Again, it is the Polish Institute of Culture and Research that's located out of Orchard Lake, Michigan, that led the charge to get the governor to proclaim this month as being Polish Heritage Month all across the Great Lakes state. Just across the road from us over at West Bloomfield Town Hall, in the Town Hall Complex, West Bloomfield Parks, helping to preserve our community and encourage conservation across the greater West Bloomfield area as part of their Green Dream effort, each and every month providing some conservation advice to residents across our local area. It is estimated that the average West Bloomfield resident, a West Bloomfield household, receives over 500 pieces of junk mail every year. That is something they say is very scary. So their green dream for the month of October is to opt out of credit card offers as a great way to reduce unwanted junk mail, not only being produced, but being sent and shipped, and all those resources that go into getting it to your mailbox, and ultimately where it ends up, in the shredder, in the trash, in a landfill. That's a lot of resources for a whole lot of nothing. Here's how you can opt out of some of these credit card offers, or at least scare them away. You can call 1-888-5-OPT-OUT. 1-888-5-OPT-OUT to opt out of unwanted junk mail coming into your mail, especially those credit card offers that will put you on a list that will no longer permit them to send you those inquiries with letters offering you certain credit card rates, or maybe even determined forms that need to just put in a few more pieces of information. It's also a way that a lot of identity thieves, if they have your information, if they get this information, or even if they just get these forms, they can take that information, find whatever they need to fill that out to get those cards active and get those cards sent to their address instead of yours. And now all of a sudden that could show up on your credit file. So that's why I said, that it gets into your mailbox and ends up in the trash, or better yet, and it ends up in the shredder and then in the trash and then getting transported to a landfill, and all those resources that go into this, instead of just ending that process altogether from the jump and not getting that junk mail even sent to your address. So West Bloomfield Parks, again, providing that phone number to opt out of a lot of this junk mail, 1-888-5-OPT-OUT. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, the biggest game in our local area is happening in East Lansing on Saturday. The Michigan State Spartans taking on the Michigan Wolverines at Spartan Stadium, the biggest rivalry game in football in the state of Michigan every single year, and a special event's being held to view that game right here in West Bloomfield. And the best thing about it is it's supporting some of our local alums participating in the big game on Saturday. Up next, Nick O'Shea from Extra Point Solutions will join us to talk about the House Divided NIL Watch Party happening this weekend at West Bloomfield Middle School. Stay tuned. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us as well on our website on civiccentertv.com, the best place to keep up to date with our show every single day. Find our full episodes, find each and every segment of our program on demand as well, and links to our Facebook, our YouTube, and our other social media, so you can follow us, subscribe to us, and stick around with our programming all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on civiccentertv.com. The big game over the weekend is happening in East Lansing, the biggest rivalry game in the state of Michigan between the Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans back in East Lansing on Saturday. A night game in East Lansing, but all day, but plenty of fun celebrating the event right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. And what's even better about it is it's also celebrating and assisting our athletes, our alums from our local area, 3 of which are co-hosting this event: Semaj Morgan, Peyton, Harvey, both from the University of Michigan, as well as Trey Mosley from Michigan State. And it's all being hosted by one of their former teammates. West Bloomfield High School alum Nick O'Shea from Extra Point Solutions joins us now on the Splash Live to talk about the House Divided NIL Watch Party. Nick, thanks for being with us.
I appreciate you, Tyler.
Yeah, glad to have you on. This is a really cool event that's happening. It's a watch party for the big game on Saturday, happening at West Bloomfield Middle School. But let's start from the beginning of this, because you have organized this event from the jump. This has been several months in the making. But where did this process begin to hold a watch party to support the name, image, and likeness business of 3 of our favorite local alums?
So I give a lot of the credit to Coach Bingham. Daryl Bingham's a big part of our West Bloomfield football family and our West Bloomfield community. And, you know, when I started Extra Point Solutions and started doing a lot of NIL stuff with former Lakers, Coach Bingham came to me with the idea of creating an event that can incorporate multiple Lakers. And first thing that came to our mind was the Michigan State game. You know, we got a lot of guys playing in the game, and we're super thankful that Peyton's able to come. Peyton will be at the event, actually, and hosting her first ever cheer camp as well.
Yeah, and it's great to see our athletes making a big impact too on the field. These 3 athletes that are the subject of this event: Trey Mosley, Semaj Morgan, and Peyton Harvey, all major players in their particular sports at the University of Michigan and Michigan State. Trey Mosley, one of the most highly regarded seniors on Harlan Barnett's Michigan State team. Semaj Morgan, a rising star for the University of Michigan. And we're also going to see so many others who are up and coming, like Dylan Tatum, also having an impact on the field, and Donovan Edwards also having a major impact on Michigan. So getting to cheer on our local athletes, but also supporting the name, image, and likeness business of these athletes as well. So tell us about the event. It's going to be at West Bloomfield Middle School. Of course, kickoff's at 7:30, but there's plenty of fun that's happening all afternoon leading up to the big game.
Yeah, so we'll have a cheer camp at 6 p.m. Peyton will be hosting her first ever cheer camp for any kids ages 6 to 13. They're all welcome to come to the cheer camp. And when you get your ticket for the cheer camp, you're welcome to stay for the watch party after as well. We'll have food. We've got T-shirts. I've actually got our shirt on here. This will be the shirt that's included. Everyone that comes will get a shirt. Food's included. There will be games, giveaways, all types of fun stuff.
Yeah, a really great experience to watch the game with people in your community. Enjoy the festivities of the rivalry. You not have to go out into the busy area of East Lansing on a game day for a night game and spend all night there. You can go watch the game with some friendly people, enjoy the competition, and then take a short drive home in the evening. In terms of tickets, they're still on sale right now. There's actually a discount for those in the West Bloomfield School District that's available that also goes to help these student athletes at the next level directly. Tell us how people can get tickets.
So you can go to extrapointsolutions.com, and Xtra is spelled XTRA, pointsolutions.com. And all the tickets are there. You can buy tickets to the watch party, the cheer camp, both on there. You can use code LAKERS for 30% off. And please feel free to share that code with anybody. Everybody's welcome, whether you're from the West Bloomfield School District, outside the school district. Anyone who wants to be there, we'd love to have them.
And in terms of NIL, that's the big buzzword in college athletics over the last several years, with student athletes now being able to market themselves directly and through third parties to essentially make profit off of their notoriety and recognition for playing sports at the next level, something that had previously not been allowed by the NCAA and had resulted in significant violations and even removal of awards and championships for players and for programs in the past. But it's also still very much in its infancy. It is kind of the Wild West at this point in time. And so in terms of what you do at Extra Point Solutions, supporting our local athletes like Semaj and like Trey Mosley and Peyton Harvey for this event, what goes into it from your business's perspective and from other businesses' perspective to execute the NIL business for these different athletes and make sure that they're putting their best foot forward, but also not getting taken advantage of by businesses out there that are looking to profit off of their success?
Yes, sir. So here at Extra Point Solutions, we pride ourselves in kind of being covering every corner of the industry, and for each athlete, that's different, and that's where we pride ourselves too. We have an athlete's first mentality, and we understand that it's not about us, it's about them. whether that athlete needs help, social media branding, personal branding, or they just need help from a marketing aspect, looking for deals and finding deals. Some athletes, go out and find deals themselves. Others want us to find deals for them. We're just here to be a support system for those athletes in whatever way they can. So oftentimes, we put together marketing campaigns and pitch it to companies and incorporate whatever athlete makes sense there, whether it's based on their demographic, their social media following, the school they're at, etc. But I really like the way you said Wild West, because that's really what it is right now. The NIL industry truly is the Wild West right now, and I do believe that's coming to an end soon. They're starting to put some regulations on it and start to do things the right way, which is, I think, good for all the other people doing it the right way.
And how is this for you as a former athlete, as someone that played football at a high level at West Bloomfield and even beyond that, playing at the collegiate level too, for you to support these athletes, knowing their experience at the next level, playing college, what their experience is both as a student and as an athlete? How does that incorporate into your business and the way that you help these athletes now with the business side of being a collegiate athlete?
Yeah, that's not super special to me. I'm a marketing guy at heart, but at the same time, most of these athletes that I represent at this time have been teammates of mine, or I coached at one point or another. Trey I played with, Semaj I coached, Peyton I went to school with, and that's family to me. And all the other athletes that I represent that I didn't have the opportunity to play with or coach, they're family to us now too here at Xtra Point Solutions. And that's super special to me to be able to help people that were a part of my journey. And, having a connection with the athletes that I represent also allows me we have a different level of trust with each other. I know what they're capable of. It's easy to sell when you believe in something truly. And I truly believe in all the athletes that I have on my roster. And I truly think and hope that they believe in me too.
I mean, you look at extrapointsolutions.com/athletes. That's XTRA, pointsolutions.com/athletes. It's a laundry list of very recent West Bloomfield Athletics legends there, including Max Hairston having a great season at Kentucky, Cornell Wheeler, same thing going on at Kansas. Of course, Semaj Morgan, Makari Page at the University of Michigan, Trey Mosley at the Michigan State, and so many other athletes from across the sports. And you can find more information on the House Divided NIL Watch Party event, as well as the cheer camp happening over the weekend by scanning this QR code on your screen on CivicCenterTV.com. That will give you the information on the House Divided event and take you to their ticketing page as well. And we talked about this earlier on in the week, Nick, on the program. There is a special discount for those in the West Bloomfield School District. If you put in the promo code Lakers at checkout, the proceeds from that discounted rate actually will go to help the DECA program. You've had a special connection, too, with that DECA program in planning and executing this event.
Yeah, so DECA also played a huge role in my journey growing up. That was the first thing outside of football that I found a passion for, and DECA helped me find a passion for marketing and kind of drove me to it sparked me to create what we have going here with Xtra Point Solutions. And I'm super happy that we've got a DECA team on board, and they've been a ton of help. Charlotte Brager, Alan Karras, and Bradley Bordelove have all been a great help. Those are 3 West Bloomfield High School students who are working in the DECA program and working with us on this event.
Again, more information on the House Divided NIL Watch Party event can be found on extrapointsolutions.com. If you go to extrapointsolutions.com, at the very top of their page, click on House Divided, and you can find more information. Again, the kickoff for the game on Saturday, 7:30. Festivities begin at 5 o'clock with the doors opening, and a 6 o'clock cheer camp with Peyton Harvey from the University of Michigan's cheer team at West Bloomfield Middle School. Tickets, $30 for one ticket, $100 for a family pack. And again, promo code Lakers to get 20% off your ticket purchases and help the West Bloomfield High School DECA program in the process. Nick O'Shea is with us, founder and CEO of Xtra Point Solutions, on the program with us today. Nick, before we let you go, any more information about this event we haven't discussed yet that people should know, or other things they should know about the watch party before they attend on Saturday?
No, I really appreciate you, and I really hope we can get a good showing for these 3 amazing athletes at these 3 schools, or at these 2 schools, and all Laker alum. Just super excited to be able to support them in the West Bloomfield community.
Again, extrapointsolutions.com is their website for more information. The number 2 Michigan Wolverines coming into East Lansing to take on my alma mater, the Michigan State Spartans. A struggling team in their own right, but a very interesting matchup anytime these two teams take each other on Saturday, whether it's in Ann Arbor, in East Lansing, or anywhere else. And it should be a very interesting game. A night game under the lights at Spartan Stadium at 7:30 on Saturday. Nick, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Tyler.
Glad to have you on. extrapointsolutions.com. That's the letter XTRA, pointsolutions.com for more information. Calvin, we can put that QR code up one more time. If you scan this QR code that will be on your screen in just a moment on CivicCenterTV.com, that will take you to their House Divided Watch Party specific website from Extra Point Solutions, so you can purchase tickets, learn more information on the events happening all day on Saturday, all afternoon, and into the evening for the Michigan versus Michigan State college football game, and get ready for that event in West Bloomfield. Again, it's going to be at West Bloomfield Middle School. Tickets are $30 for a single ticket, $100 for a family pack of 4 tickets, and the cheer camp general admission is $45. That gets you a ticket for the cheer camp and gets you into the House Divided Watch Party as well. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on CivicCenterTV.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at CivicCenterTV.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen. Watch West Bloomfield Lakers football all season long on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Join Tyler Kieft and Matt Catoni each week for live, in-depth, and exclusive coverage before, during, and after the big game. It's your local high school football team on the road and in your backyard on your home for West Bloomfield Laker football, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media each and every day throughout your work week. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for also joining us on CivicCenterTV.com and across our social media landscape. On this cool Thursday all throughout the Greater West Bloomfield community, and an even cooler Thursday evening, why not head out to the Sylvan Lake Community Center and have a nice relaxing night of yoga in a very warm and cozy environment at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. Sylvan Yoga 2.0 it has been back for a couple of weeks, and it's better than ever. They've expanded the program. They've taken it from a small room at the community center on city council nights to an open room on an open night in their main room, so plenty of room to spread out and get nice and cozy and take on a yoga class that's led by Misty Markham, a certified yoga instructor from Luna Moon Sup Yoga, in the main room with the fireplace running and a nice warm cozy environment at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. That is happening tonight beginning at 6:30. You can get tickets for $5 by calling 248-480-6080 for more information. You can also learn more by visiting sylvanlake.org. And Diane, a great way for people to get indoors, get some exercise, engage with their community a little bit on a cooler night, on a rainy night, and have some nice relaxing exercise in the community center.
It is very, very relaxing hearing all this rain outside and being all chilly, and you're indoors trying to do this wonderful yoga exercises and meditation. And again, Tyler, yoga is not just a physical exercise. It promotes mental health, it promotes psychological health, and you also be with your community members. I know sometimes fall tends to be a little bit more depressing or a downer, but doing all these activities, indoor activities with people in your community is definitely gonna lighten up the mood and make you feel better about all the rain that's coming in this weekend.
Again, more information can be found on sylvanlake.org. It'll include sign-up information, or you can call 248-480-6080. Sylvan Yoga 2.0 tonight, 6:30 at the Sylvan Lake Community Center on Pontiac Drive. Later on this week on Friday, an earlier game for the West Bloomfield Lakers, but finally back in many of the top 10 rankings all throughout the state of Michigan after their dominating win last week against the Southfield A&T Warriors, a team that came into last week's game 7-0 and left 7-1, with the Lakers routing them with 28 points in the first half, and in the second half allowing Southfield A&T 20 points, but not luckily scoring enough to continue to have a lead all throughout that game, ultimately winning 31-20 with a last-second touchdown by Southfield A&T that really took it from being a 31-14 game to that final score. Nonetheless, that game an impressive showing for the Lakers and making them rise back up in the rankings across the state of Michigan at MLive, bringing them from 14th to 9th. This week. They were unranked in the Associated Press's top 10 in the state of Michigan going into last week. Now they're back in the top 10 at number 8. State champs, rising them up 2 rankings from 13 to 11. The Detroit Free Press putting them back in their top 10 for Division 1, and the Detroit News putting them way back up in their Super 25 from number 17 last week, way back up to number 10 coming into this week. Now, this game was originally scheduled to be a 6 o'clock game on the road for the regular season finale at Oak Park High School. Due to circumstances regarding safety concerns at Oak Park High School, both school districts had discussed potentially moving that game, and ultimately the Oak Park School District had asked West Bloomfield if they would be willing to host that game on Friday night. So still will technically be an away game for West Bloomfield, but will be hosted on their home field at the Swamp. 6 o'clock kickoff on Friday. Our coverage will begin about 5:15 or so with This Week in Laker Football, the Laker pregame show with Matt Catoni and I shortly after that. And then we'll get the final week of the Lakers regular season underway. 6 o'clock kickoff. It'll be Oak Park's senior night and the final home game of the regular season at West Bloomfield High School. So beyond that, the Lakers, regardless of a win or loss this week, are going to find out where they're going to be in the MHSAA Division I playoffs over the weekend. Bally Sports Detroit will be hosting their annual MHSAA playoff selection show at 6 o'clock on Sunday. So as the Lions are hopefully wrapping up another road win against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, you can flip the channels over to Bally Sports Detroit. We'll also be following along with that on our social media. Another good person to follow would be Eric Pierce, the athletic director at West Bloomfield High School on Twitter at @TheRealEPAP. You'll find him for more information on the Lakers' placement in the playoffs. And then we'll be back for Laker football all throughout the postseason, broadcasting games as best as we possibly can, navigating the media landscape with increased coverage with the MHSAA and with hosting schools along the way. But hopefully those first couple of games, if the Lakers are able to take care of business on Friday night, will be at the Swamp. The Lakers coming into this game with just 2 losses on the season and hoping to end their season with a very successful regular season run and set themselves up for hopefully a great playoff run as well. Coming into this week 6-2, they'll take on the 3-5 Oak Park Knights again at 6 o'clock p.m. The Road Commission for Oakland County is looking to add some new staff for the winter season. They're getting ready well in advance before the first snow hits our local area. They're seeking part-time laborers and drivers for winter snow and ice season to help them augment full-time staff as they're plowing and de-icing our roads all throughout our local community. Per the Road Commission for Oakland County's post on their Facebook page, to be considered for one of the part-time laborer or driver positions, anyone interested must have a current Michigan commercial driver's license with an A endorsement, so a CDL-A a commercial driver's license. The part-time drivers may be scheduled to work 3 days per week and will be on call throughout the winter season for additional day, night, and weekend work as is needed. Every attempt is made to establish consistent work schedules, end quote. You can find more information on these available part-time jobs on rcocweb.org. They're actively seeking these positions to be filled right now. rcocweb.org, and click on careers. Also on your screen on civiccentertv.com on this flyer directly from the Road Commission for Oakland County, there's a QR code. If you pause our video and you scan that QR code, that will take you directly to their page for information on career opportunities. And you can also call them for more information on these part-time jobs at 248-645-2000, 248-645-2000. Diane, really important positions to be filled as we approach the winter season.
That is true, Tyler. It's one of the most crucial jobs, I guess, as we approach the winter season. They're helping us. They are helping us drive safe. They are helping us manage and navigate our way in the winter season, in the harsh Michigan winter season. So it's a hard job, but definitely very rewarding for anybody who's willing to apply.
Again, more information and your applications can be found on rcocweb.org. Across our local area on Interstate 75, some major changes are on their way very soon, where essentially carpool lanes are going to be added to I-75 between the city of Detroit and Pontiac, particularly to help traffic flow a little bit easier during peak travel hours Monday through Friday. The Michigan Department of Transportation recently released a more extensive video on that. We will link that video for you in our description, today's edition of the Splash Live, on both our YouTube page and on our website on civiccentertv.com, so that you can find more information on the specifics of this. But what's going to happen is during the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, these HOV lanes, or high occupancy vehicle lanes, are going to be reserved for vehicles that have at least two or more passengers in the vehicle. So at least a driver and one other person need to be in the vehicle to use those lanes. Emergency vehicles, law enforcement vehicles, motorcycles are exempt from those restrictions. They can ride in those lanes at any time, regardless of how many people are in the vehicle. But there's also some safety concerns for it and things you need to know. If emergency vehicles have their lights on and they're going to be in that HOV lane, you still need to pull over to your right and get out of that lane so that they can navigate on those roads. Again, you have to have at least two people in your car to use those lanes that will start being operational on I-75 between Detroit and Pontiac very soon. Violations may result in penalties, including a violation, a civil fine of at least $250. Again, we'll put a link to the video from MDOT on that explains in full what these HOV lanes are going to be like and how they're going to be operated, and we'll even play that for you on later editions of The Splash coming up this week. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all week long. You can always stick around with us and learn more information, keep up to date with all of our programs, including municipal meetings, the Splash Live, West Bloomfield Laker football, and more on civiccentertv.com. Stay with us. The Splash Live will continue very soon.